Hi, Gabriela. Thank you so much for meeting with me here to leave this testimonial. This is Alex Tomaszewska, the Confidence Whisperer, and I'm talking with Gabriela, who is owner of blissfulroad.com, which is her e-commerce store that we are working on together. I mean, we were working on Gabriela's confidence around the store for the past 6 months. So do you mind telling us a little bit about where you're coming from? What got you to start your business idea in the first place?
Yeah, so this business idea actually started a long time ago, and this is the second time I'm working with you. So the first time working together, you actually helped me define what I wanted it to be, what I wanted it to look like. And we have done that. And I finally got to definition after like really years dealing with indecision and insecurities. So that was brilliant. And I got the business started. And then on this second and last container that we had for the last 6 months, you helped me really establish the confidence that I was lacking to make it happen, to make it really be what I'm gonna be doing from now on with my life. And that has opened so many other changes, not only in my professional, but in my personal life that were really unexpected and make the term blissful road go to a whole new level in my personal life, because I decided to actually bring this to me and make my road a blissful one.
Yes, it has been kind of like you were going sideways with this project. You had the name, which is, you know, the whole reason why I wanted to work with you on this project was that I love the idea behind it. And then you allowed it to guide you as well, you allowed it to help you stick to that blissful road, and you were discovering it on the way. And I absolutely love that. You know, this kind of your business is just so intertwined with you and your life, and it's giving you so much more than it would have been giving you if it wasn't your passion, or it wasn't coming from your soul.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. So what started as a business idea to sell mugs, t-shirts, and hoodies with positive affirmations on them, like this one that I'm wearing, it says, what you focus on expands.
I love that.
So this is meant to be an inspirational product store for people to be surrounded by positive affirmations, because I always love the personal growth area and I'm in it all the way myself. So it became a model for my life. Mm-hmm. So that's what's brilliant about it.
And why did you want to start it first? So you had a corporate career for, I think, 20 years in IT. And then
yes.
What made you, quit all that and say, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to go online, and sell stuff?
Well, I guess I was looking for inspiration in my own life. And my corporate job, as much as it was an okay job and it was paying well, it wasn't inspiring me anymore, and it wasn't making me happy. And I wanted to have a life where I felt happy and inspired and motivated. So I've always wanted to have my own business. And what you helped me a lot with was to define what this was going to be, because just based on my insecurities, I couldn't make a decision. So together we came to this decision, which afterwards, just in hindsight, just looked obvious because it was the subject I've always was interested in my whole life. So I made slowly this transition, culminating with the point where my job fired me. And it was perfect. And I was so happy when that happened, because it was exactly what I needed to finally leave them behind, because I just didn't have the courage to take that step myself. So that was kind of given to me. It's like, here you go. It's the last push you needed. Now go do your thing. And I finally said, thank you. Okay, I will. And I started working on Blissful Road 24/7. And now I don't want to look back.
Awesome. So tell me, why did you feel that you needed help when, after you started Blissful Road, you decided to work with me? What is it that you wanted to improve?
Well, so I started it, and it was kind of I was just kind of keeping it there, and I wanted it to grow, but I didn't really have that confidence well established to make it grow and to make the decisions that I needed to make it grow. Because I was still holding myself back, not believing that I could do these things and that I could actually be the CEO that I wanted to be. And I guess I went back to you, and you have helped me this last 6 months see, yes, I am capable of doing this. Yes, I can make these bold decisions and I can make this grow up to where I want it to go and more and do more and get more of the things that I want. And really, there's nothing stopping me but myself.
Beautiful. And so what made you actually make a decision to hire me, to work with me?
I followed you on social media for a while, and I guess it was just a connection that I felt seeing the things that you talked about, and I started feeling like you could help me. And then when I actually hired you, I was really impressed at how much more you had, how many tools you had, and how many insights you had that were teaching me more and more about me and how I should go about the process making, getting out a little bit of my analytical mind and actually pursuing more my intuition in this decision making process, and actually believing that I can get the things done that I need to do. So you helped me a lot with that process, where I got out of that keeping myself small, playing small area, because I didn't really have all the confidence that I needed to have to just really like get this ball rolling fast. Yeah.
Yes, I feel like we have achieved that last month has been, you just like finally sped up completely. It's just amazing, the way I see it is you just had your one foot on the brake pedal, and I was looking, and I was watching, observing, you were my past client, what you do online, and I could see that, and I could feel that you're not going all in, and it's just going to take you so much longer if I don't help you just expand what you focus on expands again. Love those mugs, love those t-shirts, and help you basically get the ball rolling. That's it, because that's all we need to do. We just need to get the right direction, stop doing the things that are not necessary, that are procrastination, that are excuses, that are whatever, and focus and allow ourselves to just go after whatever it is that we feel right. I remember in the beginning, even of this last container, like the 6-month container, I would ask you, so what does it feel like? And it was very hard to get that answer from you, because you weren't really trusting yourself, your intuition, you weren't really connected. And now we're going to skip to 6 months after. You're just trusting, and you can say if something feels right. And the thing that you're doing right now with your private life is incredible, and just go for it. And it doesn't take lists, it doesn't take deep decision making. It's just a new way of living, which is just so much simpler. This is how I see it. And so, in your own words, if you could tell what has changed for you in these past 6 months, and what was maybe the biggest change that you have experienced?
I just had this visual now, and this is how I'm going to describe and answer this question. Okay. So I'm going to include the first time we worked together. It's like I was in front of a hill covered with snow, and I was like, I don't really know what to do with the snow here. And you helped me shape the first snowball, which was Blissful Road. I'm like, okay, this now has a shape. I know what it looks like. I know what I want it to look like. And then, we went our ways, and maybe a year later, I went back to you. And so you were like, so how's that Blissful Road thing going? And I'm like, with this huge ball of snow here now. And I'm like, yeah, I'm still here building, and I'm still building, but it's not really moving. And you kind of taught me, okay, what do you need to do to get this moving? You've been like just in this cycle of learning, not implementing really, learning, not really implementing. And I was just adding snow to the ball, but it wasn't going anywhere. So what you taught me was to how to get that ball moving, how to actually make the bold decisions that were coming from my intuition to make the thing move. And now where we're at after this 6 months is that I started an avalanche. I just pushed that ball, it went down the hill, and it's now, I can't stop it.
Yeah,
so that's
it's
where
going to be hard
that's
to
where
stop
I'm at.
it.
Now it's rolling, and it's really way less effort than I had in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because the process of making decisions is so more intuitive, and it's what feels right.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turns out to be the right thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you get a clear confirmation pretty quickly. That's amazing. And one of the things that also happened in your private life, and we got to that because you couldn't actually find the time, you couldn't focus, your family was getting in the way of you working on this full road. So I wanted to move that out of the way. And it turned out now that you are moving out of your house and creating life elsewhere. Do you mind sharing what the situation was there? And because we had to move this out of the way so that you could have your joy, so that you could have your freedom to create and have your own blissful road, basically.
Yeah, so this is another example of how embodying this concept of living my blissful road has affected my life, not only my business life, but my personal life. So my marriage had already not been working out for the last few years. And I finally decided that the right decision to make was to just go our separate ways. And it turned out to be, it wasn't just me, he thought the same. And we just finally came to the decision, which is a difficult decision to make because we have a small child. And well, not so small, he's 10. But we finally got to the decision that the best thing for everybody is going to be that we go our separate ways. And I'm actually looking at places, and I may be moving out next month. And I'm really excited about this because it's going to be my place where things are going to look the way I want them to look like. And I can't wait to start this new chapter. And I'm really shocked at how in the last, 1-2 years, things have completely turned upside down in my life after I made that decision of following this business road and this blissful road. And look at where I'm ending up. It's totally crazy, but I wouldn't look back. And I think that where I'm going is going to be so much better. And it's already been so much better. And the other thing I wanted to comment is that I was just sitting at my couch yesterday and I thought to myself, wow, right now, after today, everything that happened today, I actually feel radiant. And then I was like, wait a minute. This is the name of the container Alex gave me.
The program, Radiant Leader.
Radiant Leader. And I don't use that word a lot.
Oh my God.
And I was like, isn't that something? The first time I looked at that title, I was like, can't relate to that at all. And look at me here right now, sitting and feeling actually radiant. I thought it was so funny because that word came to me, because now I constantly go about, so how am I feeling right now? I'm feeling radiant. And that's not a word I use a lot. Oh, wait a minute. That's how our container was called. Isn't that funny?
Well, then that's done. That's perfect. And you just told me that a friend who you haven't seen for like 3-4 months, she just gave you some beautiful compliment about your energy, how you sound.
Right. Yes, it's also very interesting because out of the blue, this friend of mine who I met a couple of weeks ago, she turned to me and just said, yeah, and I noticed how you feel and you sound so much more confident and so much more your posture and then the way you talk. I'm really impressed at how you changed. And I was like, really? Oh, thank you. I didn't realize that myself, but it was interesting, seeing how people around me reacted to my changes.
Yes, beautiful. Yeah, and I saw it in our Zoom meetings. I saw your face relaxing as we were working. Some weeks you would just show up on video and be like, wow, Gabriela, you look amazing. So beautiful, beautiful inner work there. So I want to ask, what was the most surprising thing that changed during these last 6 months for you?
I guess realizing that I can actually trust myself in making the decisions that I need to make. That I have the answers and I know now how to find them. Mm-hmm. That I know how to trust my own guidance. I guess that's what I took that was the most valuable from our time working together. And I have to mention how impressed I was at how responsive you were during this period, how I could have access to you and how you would respond to me quickly and with a great insight to all my philosophical questions and how you would point out to me anytime that I would be following my inner guidance and when I was not following my inner guidance, which really helped me learn how to identify and, distinguish. So, and how I would recommend working with you because it has helped me so much grow these skills and these abilities.
Mm-hmm. It's awesome to listen how you use your own words to describe it, because I never say inner guidance, I never say that. It is just, you just get to that conclusion, which is fantastic. So would you recommend working with me, and who would you recommend it to?
So I would absolutely recommend working with Alex. Okay, because when I saw her on social media, I did not know how much she knew and how many tools she actually had to help me grow this part of me that I needed to grow to be able to feel confident enough in myself to make the decisions that I needed to make to go and follow my path. So she gave me the tools and she was super accessible and she helped me learn what I needed to learn from myself. And I know so many people who are in a place where they just don't move out of the place they're at and they feel stuck because basically their insecurities are holding them back. And this is something that Alex can help with so skillfully if you are open to it, that I would absolutely recommend Alex if you are in that place where you know you want to be in a better place, but you're just holding yourself back with all sorts of excuses that are really just coming from your insecurity.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for those kind words. Maybe you could sum up in one sentence. If you were talking to a friend, how would you describe what I do to them?
So Alex can help you get out of your own head and connect with your intuition to make the decisions and take the actions that you need to take to get to the better place you want to get to.
Awesome. I love that. Love that. Yes, this action part is very important, because sometimes, people make decisions and they don't take action, and it's not a good place to be. Thank you so much for this wonderful review. What I want to say is, I could be chatting here. I could be giving you 20 hours a day on Voxer, and if you weren't taking the actions, and if you weren't having an open mind, and if you weren't willing to do the work, you wouldn't have had the results. So it is all up to you. I'm just a chatting voice in the background. You chose to listen to that voice, and that required courage. And sometimes it required you to drop some of your old beliefs and forget about your own ego and forget about, I know better. And you were doing it wonderfully. I know how hard it can be for an analytical person with a logical mind like you are and I am. Sometimes we get into that, I already know this. And you were able to, to drop that, and you were so open. I was in awe of what you have been able to achieve, and how you actually started to trust that intuition, to listen to it first and then trust it, because it's a two-step process. You need to first understand that it's there. And in the beginning, I would ask you, how do you feel about this? And you would tell me what you think about it, which is not how you feel about this. So, you know, it's just a few months to get you to actually make the decisions based on how you feel about them. And with this ease and trust, it's amazing. And I cannot thank you enough for the wonderful review that you gave me. And I cannot wait what you're going to see, what you're going to create with Blissful Road. It is the apple of my eye. It's probably always going to be the apple of my eye, because, you know, the whole idea behind it is just so close to my heart too. Thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you.